Rebecca, very nice to meet you. Good afternoon. I'm Shashank. I lead the customer experience transformation practice for EXL globally. And I'm very excited to talk about our Google and EXL partnership and how we've been able to drive value for our clients together.
Hi, Shashank. I am Rebecca Potts. I have responsibility for the strategic solution partners at Google for North America, and really delighted to have EXL as part of our portfolio and one of the strongest partners and growth partners.
So Rebecca, tell me one thing, right? So obviously from your vantage point, you obviously work with a lot of clients, you work with a lot of partners. How do you see a lot of these industries emerging, especially when you think about customer experience transformation? What are some of the big trends that you're seeing?
One of the things that's changed over the last couple of years is that, we've gone from leading with technology and questioning what the technology can do, and then really thinking about the industry later. And what's changed is that now we're really thinking about industry first. We assume that the technology works. We know that our platform is strong and performant. And really now we're talking at the application layer, which, as you know, is really the important stuff where we drive customer outcomes, and you and I are working really closely together.
That's right. And again, you're absolutely correct, right? Having a great technology or a stack and set of AI services and solutions, it's really important. But then applying it to the domain and the industry context, understanding the underlying data is also very important. And I think that's where we as EXL excelled in tying all those three pieces together, the tech, AI, and the data and the domain, to drive business outcomes for our clients. And I think that's really important. As what we're also doing and using a lot of Google Stack to build these industry specific solutions, point solutions that we don't have to always start from scratch. Those are ready to use. You can plug in, and yes, you can fine tune and tweak those a bit for our clients, but those are repeatable solutions. And that's what's really giving us the edge as well.
Absolutely. What our customers really want is they want, number one, they want a differentiated solution. And that's really what you are bringing to the table. And they also want to make sure that you understand their challenges that are specific to their industry. So we've obviously been working together in the banking industry. We've had a lot of success also in the healthcare industry. I think it's also really important to not try to be everything to everybody. And so we've had a lot of success in those two industries. I look forward to continuing and seeing also where we can expand to maybe one or two more, but again, not trying to be everything to everybody.
That's absolutely correct. And again, one of the things or a big change that I'm also seeing, Rebecca, is earlier in the past, we were seeing people want to do one thing or two things. What we are seeing now, which I'm very, very excited about, is enterprises are started to make enterprise-wide decisions, right? So this is not just solving one problem or two problems, it's solving that at scale. And that is really where the true power of agentic and the true power of AI actually comes to bear.
Yeah, so I absolutely agree. I think, where we really see the change is that it's a move from thinking about individual agents and what those individual agents can do to thinking about how do we change end-to-end business processes. So, for example, today we've got thousands of agents. We've got customer agents. We've got creative agents. We've got employee agents. We've got lots and lots of agents. And I think it's important, by the way, to start with building on the capability of what each of those agents can do. But where we're going is, again, looking at, from an end-to-end standpoint, how do we get the creative folks talking to the sales folks, also talking to the engineers? Well, we are thinking about the customer feedback and using that really as the myopic focus of all of our work together.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things, as you're doing this at scale, Rebecca, is really important to look at data, all the new metrics and the new KPIs, right? And those are really fascinating. When you really make it transparent to the business on what kind of business outcomes and new metrics that you're able to drive for them, something that they've never seen before, that's truly fascinating. That's what gives them those insights and helps them make the right decisions for their business. And, that's a true value that we've been able to articulate and drive for our clients.
Agreed. And so I think you just, kind of circling back to where we're talking about, I think it's important to reiterate the fact that, we're no longer just talking about technology. The real importance here is about driving customer outcomes. And the technology has evolved to a place where we can have a meaningful discussion about what those customer outcomes are. And again, from an industry standpoint, we're able to point to metrics that we can drive per industry.
So that's interesting. So Rebecca, I'd love to hear a little bit about, you lead obviously the partnership space for Google. How do you see, especially for an EXL perspective, a partner like us, driving value for Google?
A couple different ways. One is the power of the co-sell motion. It's really important that, we are working with you and bringing you, customer ideas and leads, as well as the other way around. So, I can think of an example here just within the last 6 months where we started working together on a medical device company. And what was great about that is that particular company was leaning in the direction of different technology. And because of your folks that were on the ground and your consultants, they were able to get that customer to think in a different direction back to the Google way. And so the idea of not only, bringing each other leads and working together on the front end sales process, but also having that co-sell motion be consistent and effective as we work our way through the delivery piece of the puzzle as well. So co-sell is one thing. I think, differentiation is clearly another. Some of the accelerators that you have also really say, this is what's different about EXL compared to other partners and other solutions. So maybe you want to talk a little bit about some of the differentiators and accelerators that you offer.
Yeah, absolutely. But, I want to talk about, because you brought about that win, and that win's very close to my heart. So that Fortune 50 healthcare client win that we had together. Now, for us, it's really, really important, Rebecca, that, we recommend the right platform and the right technology for our clients, right? As I was talking to you earlier before, we as EXL 100% work on committed outcomes for our clients, right? So it's really important for us to choose the right platform or the right tech stack on which we believe we can drive the best outcomes for our clients, right? So that's the reason why we actually very strongly recommended Google for this particular client, because I truly believe in, the Google tech stack here, and that we'll be able to drive the best value. And that's the reason why we went with it. And, we had the client trust. We have already been successful with the client, so the client believes in what we recommend for them. And that is how that deal emerged and we won together. But I'm really, really excited about driving the outcomes that we promised to the client. The other big reason, since you were talking about accelerators for me, is, right, when you're dealing with these Fortune 100 clients who've got 50 million interactions or 100 million customer interactions a year, the only way you'll be able to be successful is to have automations there, right? So yes, having those accelerators that tell us that we really understand the reasons why those customers are calling in, what is the friction in those different customer journeys, right? How we can streamline and remove a lot of that friction from their journeys. And even to the extent of building AI agents almost on an automated basis is really important. So the speed to value or the speed to delivering those better outcomes for our clients becomes really important and is a big differentiator for us. And we can do that really well because of our DNA, right? So we've run these contact center operations for our clients. So we understand the nuances and the nuts and bolts of those customer journeys. We've got a huge data practice that helps us solve all these underlying data problems or challenges that these clients have. And then using the Google stack or the Google AI services on top, we've got all the right ingredients to drive the best value for our clients.
You're really mentioning all of the different things that make Google differentiated in the marketplace as well. So the fact that you're able to leverage our value proposition along with yours is really what makes everything special, right? And so what I'm thinking about when I think about the differentiated Google value proposition is the fact that we build our own infrastructure. We have our own data platform. We have over 200 LLMs that are open for use by all of our partners and all of our customers, and the Vertex AI platform as well, right? That allows for training those models. And then, of course, there's the application layer. If you take all of what Google has to offer, our differentiation in the market, and then you're building those, the accelerators on top, I think that's really where the magic happens.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you're doing these things at an enterprise scale, I always tell my clients, right? So there are a lot of great solutions out there. But what I don't want to have, and I never recommend that to a client, is, you solve one problem with one piece of technology, then you have another solving another problem with a different piece of technology, making them talk to each other. It really negates the value of AI, right? What I'm able to drive with Google is having all of these as one single cohesive platform, solving all of that end to end, where all these AI solutions that we're building, all these AI models that we're building are all repeatable and reusable across different use cases. And that is where you get the best value from your investments, right? And that's really important for us and for our clients.
Of course, you don't have to worry about integration, and you've got the speed thing taken care of, right?
Yes.
So the technology just works.
Right.
So I know that you work with a lot of different partners, and I'm really interested to understand why you're so bullish on Google. What are some of the differences between working with Google and some of the other partners that you work with?
Awesome. I'd be lying if I didn't see that question coming. But, and again, for me, as I said, right, it's really important to choose the right partners, right? Yes, we've got tons of partnerships, but, we work, 100% of our engagements are on committed business outcomes, as I was saying, right? So it's important that we take a partner or a platform that we truly believe in, that we think will drive the best outcomes for our clients at the right cost. Believe it or not, cost is an important aspect when you think about driving or using the right set of technologies and tools, right? So that's one. Second, I think when I look at obviously all the other hyperscalers and different other partners, there are a lot of good solutions out there. But I feel Google, especially in the customer experience transformation space, has a lot of end-to-end capabilities that others don't, right? And what I don't want to have is a lot of different siloed systems or solutions that become a lot difficult to integrate with and to drive the best outcomes, right? So, and that's where I see definitely Google having an edge over the others, and which is what makes Google my preferred platform, especially when I think about customer experience transformation practice and the AI services there. So that's important. And the third is also, I think, the ecosystem and the value system as well, right? I know the Google partnership is new to us, but it's just so natural. Like, we at EXL are very, very heavily focused on making our clients successful, going out of the way to help and support our clients in meeting the promises that we have made to them. And I see the same value system in Google. And that personally for me is very important, because if that's my charter, that's what drives me. I want to work with a partner that helps me drive that, and we are holding hands and driving that same set of outcomes for our clients. So that's important for me.
Yeah, I appreciate the fact that you value the integrated technology stack, which is obviously our differentiation in the market. So it's great to hear that is also a value to you, and most importantly, that's a value to our customers. And also, we do pride ourselves at Google about keeping the customer at the center of everything that we do. And so the fact that you are doing everything in your power to make sure that our customers are successful, we are doing everything in our power to make our customers successful.
Absolutely. And that's why I'm going all out with Google. And I think we can do lots of amazing things together.
Good. I absolutely appreciate that. So thank you.
So Rebecca, so now back to you. So, right, while Google's really important for us from a partnership standpoint, and, that's something I truly believe in, it's equally important. I'd love to hear your perspective on how you see EXL differentiated for you and to drive the best outcome or value for your customers.
The biggest thing that sets you apart is the fact that you drive and committed outcomes for our customers. And you make that promise to them that you're not just here to implement technology, but you're here to actually change their business alongside them. So that's really important. We know that technology alone doesn't then grant us the next opportunity. It's really about making sure that we garner that business value so that our customers want to use and explore more of the Google stack. We see EXL as integral to market expansion in that regard. The fact that you've got a large data practice as very important.
Tell me, how do you see the future evolving, right? I mean, this is a very fast growing space. How do you see that evolving? And what will keep differentiating Google?
We've talked about the fact we have different agents that are available today. I think it's really about reimagining different business processes that will then, again, ultimately serve the customer. What comes to mind for me and what it makes this space so interesting, I think about 25 years ago, we were all implementing ERPs. And the fact that at that time we were providing our customers with a framework to say, here's how you should run your the financial end of your business. Here's how you should run your sales and your customer service. And now what we're saying is the world is your oyster. You really can reimagine the way that you want to serve your customers. And the data and the technology will meet you where you are and where you want to go. So I think reimagining what the different ways are that we can serve our customers is really the future. Leveraging the multimodal capability that Google offers in terms of being able to assess a video or an image without human intervention. We haven't explored the ends of that technology yet. And so I think that's really important.
Yeah, absolutely. And I also think we are just at the beginning or the first phase of agentic evolution. I think this is going to change and evolve. People are going to start believing in it a lot more. I think we are right now just scratching the surface. And, again, so people will start believing in it a lot more. And, as we build more and more use cases specific to these different industries, solve those, working all of them together, I think is going to be really, really important at an enterprise scale. So I definitely see a lot of that happening. And the new kind of metrics, right? And metrics are really important because that's how you measure outcomes, right? Things like customer lifetime value, customer effort score, right? What has been the friction in those journeys, removing all of that, optimizing average handle times, or AI containment is really a big metric today that we track, right? And the more AI contains those contacts end to end, enables straight through processing, the less calls actually go to those human agents. So it's not just a cost saving measure, it's actually a customer experience enhancement measure as well. And because I believe if you build all the right guardrails, if you build your AI agents in a good way, you can actually offer a much better and a consistent experience to your customers compared to the human agents. I mean, we've got a number of implementations where we see for example, in the healthcare industry, the provider experience index or the member experience index that the AI agents are offering are at par or sometimes even better than the experience human agents offer. And that for me personally is very, very fascinating.
We keep talking about customer outcomes, and I think it's really worth mentioning that if we keep the customer at the center of everything that we do together, we will win. So I like to think about, especially the call center experience from the perspective of a customer myself. I mean, we are all customers. And we know what good looks like, and we know what not good looks like. Right. Delighting our customers and really thinking beyond and delivering beyond what they think is even possible is what keeps us really exciting and where we're both headed together.
Tell me a little bit about the future of the partnership as well. How do you see that evolving and shaping up?
Well, I think it's really exciting the fact that just over the last year, we have 10x'd our pipeline together. So if we've 10x in a year, then I expect that for our pipeline to grow exponentially. Obviously, the number of customers that we serve, I appreciate that you've made commitments to Google and we've made commitments to you in terms of the number of customer wins that we have over the next year. If we keep winning together and making promises and obviously delivering on those promises, that's really satisfies the co-sell motion. Where I see next level, I think it's really about how do we then take those customer wins and the customer outcomes and make sure that those are published in a way that they're known across all the different industries that we serve together, what Google and EXL did together. If they're known within a specific industry, that will obviously attract additional customers. It will also get the attention of our Google salespeople, and because all they'll want to do is work with Excel, and conversely, it will get the attention of the Excel sales folks. All they will want to do is to work with Google.
No, same. I think it's the first wave and we should ride this wave. We should make a lot of our successes and wins together public. In fact, I was thinking it would be great to have a client here with us. Maybe next time we do this along with a client and, publish these a lot, make them more public, so we can have more and more wins together. And people start believing in that partnership and the value we've been able to drive together.
So we've talked a lot about AI here together. We haven't talked as much about data and the fact that it's really the core and the foundation of everything. And if you don't have the right data, obviously the AI tools and the AI technology doesn't work the way that we want it to. And so the fact that you are paying attention to the source and to the data is really key. It's a big push for us right now because again, so much attention has been paid to AI. We are out to win the AI war, that is for sure. So make no mistake about that. But it's also about making sure that our customers have grounded models and data that makes sense. And so that's also very important. The accelerators that you've mentioned previously is also very important, and our co-sell motion. So I'd say those are the four things that are really important.
Very well articulated. The only one thing I'll also add is the domain intelligence, right? Because we started up as an operations company. So to understand all these journeys, like a banking customer journeys are very different to the healthcare payer organization healthcare journeys or customer journeys. And to understand those nuances and applying the right or building the right set of experiences for the customers makes it really, really differentiated as well.
Absolutely. Knowing what problems the customer is solving within each industry is the first conversation that you have. And so being able to have those first conversations is what really starts the journey for us together. And then we continue on with the delivering the outcomes and, of course, the technology behind it.